I'm having too much fun with this little easel. I just brought it in here for my thumbnail pic again, but I'm like holding it and I'm like, I should show it, but it's awkward, so maybe I won't do that anymore. Okay, we'll put that away. If you didn't get the gist of this video from the title and that strange intro, this is my 16-week pregnancy update. Oh, I'm so excited about these videos, and you guys, your support and lovely comments and words of encouragement and well wishes and congratulations have just been so amazingly, overwhelmingly, in the best way possible, like awesome. That was a lot of adjectives, but there aren't enough adjectives to describe just how wonderful your support and just reaction to all of this pregnancy stuff has been. It's just been such a joy. I'm obviously ecstatic, Dawn's ecstatic, and it's even more awesome that you guys are so excited as well. So it's a joy. It's a joy for me to share with you, and it's even more joyful that that is reflected back in your excitement, and it's awesome. So thank you. Just like off the top, before I go into anything, I want to say thank you. So I feel like these are gonna get kind of a rhythm to them over the weeks, but this is only my second one, so bear with me. I'm gonna have to look at my little cheat sheet because, you know, brain don't work so well right now. I'm gonna kind of just go over my general symptoms, anything that's kind of happened in the last week in my life that's sort of pregnancy related, and then I'll share with you any things I've purchased for the baby or received as gifts. And before that, I'm gonna always do that at the end in case you're not into that. You can just like skip that part. But before that, like between the update and then the gifts showing and the stuff showing, I'm gonna answer a few questions. I think 2 or 3 questions, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So first of all, update. I feel like my bump hasn't really done much in the last week. It hasn't really grown visibly to me, at least. I mean, I look at it every day, so it's a little bit hard to tell, but even when I put the pictures side by side, I'm like, well, I don't know about that. And by the way, if you want to see my bump progress pics, I always have those on my coordinating weekly blog post, which I will link below for you guys if you want to see like how I'm stacking up. But I feel like there hasn't been a lot of change there. I still haven't felt anything yet, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in a second, but really want to feel some flutters. Like I am like praying for the flutters every day, but I know you can't rush these things, and I've read that some first-time mothers-to-be don't even feel them until as late as 25 weeks. I read that somewhere and I was like, that seems pretty late, but hopefully baby girl won't hold out that long and I'll feel something before that. I'm hoping sooner than later, because I just feel like that would provide a lot of relief, because I'm still having anxiety and stuff. Again, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but I'm just going to get through the stats first. I gained another pound, which I think is pretty healthy. 1 pound a week in your second trimester, I've heard and been told by my health practitioners, is perfectly on track. So I've gained so far this pregnancy a total of 7 pounds. So that seems like a good number. I mean, I really just don't know what it's gonna end up being, and honestly, I really don't care. I just want it to be a healthy amount for the baby. So whatever it is, you know, everybody gains differently depending on what their needs are. I'm just trying to be smart about my nutrition and smart about my exercise, not do too much, but also stay active. It just helps me, like, not only physically, but like emotionally. I need to exercise every day. But I am going to do a whole dedicated thing on that. I did share just earlier this week a look at how I've been eating lately. I took you on a typical day with me. I'll link that video in. I'll throw it in for into a card for you guys. Up there? I always get it backwards. It's like backwards on my screen to what it is on your screen. So I'm not sure. Wherever the card is, it's a little letter I got it that time. You can click on it if you want to see, like, jump over to that video. But I've been just eating pretty like regularly throughout the day, every like 2 to 3 hours, between about an hour after I wake up until about 3 or 4 or 5 p.m., kind of depending on the day. And then I'm really not very hungry. I still eat dinner, but I'm not very hungry after that time. As far as cravings go, still not a fan of fish. I tried to have some fish this week. I mean, fish is safe, at least according to my health practitioners and what I've read in the US. Fish is safe to eat. You're just not supposed to eat certain kinds of fish, but like salmon is okay. I don't really know about other fishes, to be honest, because I just haven't been into fish, but it's a good diet thing to have, you know, in your regular diet. And just don't go overboard, especially you just have to look at the fishes that are like you're not supposed to eat. But like tuna and mackerel and shark, I don't eat those anyway, so. I think I mentioned last week, like if it's in another dish, like in like a pasta or a salad, I can eat it, but I actually hadn't done that in a long time, and I tried to have a salmon Caesar salad earlier this week, and it was like kind of hard to get through. So I take a fish oil supplement, so I don't feel like I need to add that in. I don't need those DHAs like separately if I'm not digging it. And also people seemed a little concerned about my eating shrimp. Seafood, shellfish is okay, under 12 ounces per week. Of course, always ask your doctor, but that is what I have been told. And shrimp has been one of my favorite proteins, along with chicken and turkey. Those have really been the only proteins I've been eating a lot of lately. I haven't really been eating that much beef either. So that's really still the food aversion. As far as cravings, it's still fruit. Again, I got some concerned comments last week about eating pineapple. Pineapple's okay, perfectly safe to eat during pregnancy. I've read that, there's something in it that can do something. I don't know, I looked into it, but I don't remember, to be honest, what it said. All I remember is that it's only if you eat like 7 or more whole pineapples a day that it's really a problem. And I really only have pineapple like once every few weeks for a couple of days at a time, so I don't think that's a big issue. And then as for the papaya, that's only unripe papaya is considered unsafe in larger quantities for certain reasons, but you can Google all this if you want. You can Google yourself crazy if you want during pregnancy, but as long as it's ripe and I haven't had papaya probably in over a year, and I just happened to have some last week left over from a fruit salad from the gender reveal party that we threw. So yeah, I don't have like a particular hankering for papaya, but just like kind of fresh tropical fruits I've been into. So right now I'm still really into pineapple and watermelon and different kinds of melon like honeydew and cantaloupe. Those have kind of been my things this week. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's about it. I have been having some headaches lately, which I have read can be a common pregnancy symptom. I'm not really sure what that's all about. They're not like awful. They're just kind of there every once in a while, and they're not even that bad, or even really bad at all. But I think I'm gonna bring it up I have a doctor's appointment next week, so I'm gonna bring that up for sure. Yeah. I think that's about it on the symptoms side of things. As for things that happened last week, pregnancy related, well, after I talked to you last Wednesday, I was like really flying high Wednesday, and then I don't know, something happened, and I woke up Thursday just feeling so insecure all over again. It was like flashback to the first trimester when I was just feeling so uncertain and just kind of scared and anxious about not knowing what was going on. I haven't had any spotting or bleeding or anything like that since the first trimester, so nothing related to that, but just this kind of like uncertain feeling because I felt like my bump wasn't really growing. I felt like I hadn't felt anything yet. And honestly, I think what played into this, and I'm not trying to say this is a bad thing because I've really been enjoying these videos, but over the last week, I've been rewatching one of my favorite YouTubers. If you guys have been following me, you'll know who it is. You'll probably be able to say it before I say it. Is Makeup by Tiffany D. I just really enjoy her videos. I really enjoy her personality and her style. Like just her style of her personality and also her style. But I've been rewatching her pregnancy vlogs from last year, and it actually, it never dawned on me. I decided I wanted to rewatch them. I've been kind of in the mood to watch some people's experiences, and I decided to start with hers because, like I said, she's one of my favorites, and I remember really enjoying following her experience, and I had no idea that we were so we're just so close. Like my pregnancy is about maybe a week off from hers, maybe like a week earlier. Just I could tell from her posting dates and, you know, her updates. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But I've really been enjoying watching those. But she progressed, just seemed like a lot faster. Like her bump growth was so noticeable every week in the videos, especially at this time, like this 15, 16, 17 week mark. And she was feeling the flutters at this time. And I just like I was watching that and it only dawned on me like now, later on, that that's probably what triggered that. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing to watch those videos, but I think when you're watching anything, okay, but in this instance, contextually, pregnancy vlog, you really have to be aware that everybody is different and everybody's pregnancy is different and how you progress is different and your symptoms are different and your experience is different and your weight gains. I mean, everything's gonna be different for everybody. It's kind of the same general experience, but it's unique in small ways, right? And it wasn't like I was comparing myself to her, but I was really relating to her, I think, because I like her so much through YouTube and also because our pregnancies seem to be on a very similar kind of like timetable in terms of the time of year. So I think I was just relating to her a lot, and it was just, that's kind of what triggered these uncertain feelings. And also it's been a long time since I've seen the baby. My last ultrasound was at 10 weeks. I didn't have the 12-week like typical scan. I don't really know why, actually. I thought I might ask my doctor about that, but it doesn't matter now, it's already passed. But I guess I had so many ultrasounds before that point that it didn't matter. I haven't seen her in 6 weeks. I haven't been to the doctor since week 13, so I haven't heard her heartbeat in 3 weeks, and I haven't felt anything, and I just felt like things weren't really changing a lot, and I wasn't noticing a lot of changes, and it just started to make me feel really uncertain. And that uncertainty just sort of mounted between Thursday and Friday, and I just got like kind of anxious all over again about it. And I mean, I know logically that everything's probably fine, but it's, you know, seeing and hearing things and is believing. And I just haven't had a lot of changes in the last week, and I just got myself all worked up in a tizzy about it. So on Saturday, I finally was like, you know what, I can't handle this. This is crazy, and I can't wait until 21 weeks, which is when my next ultrasound is because of our travel to Utah. I won't have it at the 20-week mark, I'll have it at the 21-week mark when we get back. I cannot wait that long to see her. Like, this is too hard. And then also during that time, like sometime in those 3 days, I somehow convinced myself that I wasn't exactly certain that she was really a girl. Even though that test that I took at 10 weeks, the non-invasive prenatal testing, is 99% accurate on the gender, and it's far more accurate than an ultrasound ever is. My whole life, I've just come to know that you find out the gender by seeing it on an ultrasound. And it's that seeing is believing. It's not rational at all. Like, rationally, I know that that test is very accurate, and it's a very slight chance that it could be wrong. But it was like I wasn't connecting with the baby girl vibe, and I just got myself I was all up in a tizzy, okay, guys? Like, I was like, yeah. So I decided to research elective ultrasound facilities in my area. And this is something that I would have done at the 16-week mark had I not had that special blood test at the 10-week mark to find out the gender of the baby, because there's no way I was gonna wait until 20 weeks to find out, like, ever. Because at 16 weeks, that's when you can really usually get a good sense. I mean, they say like not really till 20 weeks, but these elective places where you pay to go, it's not a medical facility, although the technicians are trained in how to use ultrasound, so they don't do any measurements, they don't do any analysis, they don't do any kind of advice giving or anything like that. It's simply to see your baby, find out the gender, hear the heartbeat, all that jazz, and you pay for it. So I was like, you know what, I was gonna do this anyway. I called my doctor's office just to make sure that it was okay to do, that it was safe to do. They said, yeah, go ahead, just don't make a habit of it. I mean, ultrasounds are safe within moderation, and you know, having to just the one extra one at 16 weeks is not gonna make or break anything. So I did it. I actually booked for Sunday morning, like first thing, to go to this place. We chose this place called Glenview Ultrasound in Chicago. And they could take me, like, I called Saturday afternoon, they could take me first thing the next morning. And I was so excited because I flip on Sundays, so that was the day I was flipping on to 16 weeks, which feels like every Sunday is like a milestone for me anyway. And it just would have been when I was going to go anyway, had we not known the gender. And it just felt right to go and to do something, to like take action, because I was just working myself up into unnecessary tizzy land. Like, I was in tizzy land, okay? I don't know what tizzy land is. This is gonna be another long video, isn't it? Because I'm like chatting away here. I'm sorry, you guys. You know me though. I'm gonna try to keep it as brief as possible, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Anyway, so we went first thing Sunday morning. They were super, super nice. The receptionist and the technician, we had Alex as our technician. She was amazing. The room was really nice. It was like an actual bed, like not those uncomfortable, weird like hospital things, but an actual bed with like a wedge support and a nice pillow, and a huge room. Like there were like lots of chairs in there, like you could have a whole party in there. And I think you can actually do parties at these places, but it was just me and Don and Alex the technician. And so kind of like standard, they have the standard GE ultrasound machine over here, and usually when you're at the doctor's you kind of have to crank your neck to see it. Well, at this place, right in front of us, on the wall in front of us, they had a huge flat screen TV where the image was transferred, so we could see the ultrasound in like way up, like magnified up the wazoo, like way up close. It was we did the cheapest session. It was a 10-minute session, which included a gender reveal, which to me was just gender confirmation, and I think 6 printout pictures, and then 6 printout like standard ultrasound pictures, and then 2 kind of like nicer pictures of the ultrasound, and just 2D. I'm like kind of freaked out with the 3D thing, so I didn't go there. But and then also you could hear the baby's heartbeat, and you could purchase a recording of the heartbeat for an additional fee, and have that stuffed into a stuffed animal. So it was just, I mean, immediately once she was up on the screen, yes, it's a girl, that was confirmed, it was immediate relief, immediate, just there she is. I can see her moving. She has grown. She's now the size of an avocado, if you want the fruit reference, but it's about 5 inches, anywhere between 3 and 5 ounces. I mean, in the ultrasound, you could really see her features better, like the shape of her face and her ribs and like her arm bones and her little legs, and she was moving, and her heartbeat was strong, 155 beats per minute, which has been pretty average for her so far this pregnancy and all the times that I've had that measured. And it was just amazing. So we got our pictures, like I said, and I'm gonna post a little collage of some of the best pictures on my blog post, but I got some nice printouts, which was great. They gave me a CD of the session with 20 ultrasound pictures on it. So that was $50 for all of that, for the 10 minutes and everything. To me, it was like $50 well spent. And then I decided to opt for the additional heartbeat recording stuffed into a stuffed animal. This was $22 to me, like best $22 I've ever spent. I have played this, I mean, it's like 3 days later, and I've played this thing like 1,000 times. And it's so funny because you got to pick your little animal, and I'm looking at the animals, and they have like a teddy bear and a puppy dog and a penguin. They're all kind of boy-y looking, and the only kind of girly one they have is this unicorn sitting right in front. And I'm kind of like hemming and hawing, and Don's like, you kind of have to get the unicorn. I was like, okay. So the unicorn theme is developing. If you saw last week's video, the unicorn theme seems to be taking its own turn. This to me is just, since I can't hear her and I can't see her anytime I want, this is just kind of nice. And I know it might seem kind of gimmicky and stupid, and unnecessary and irrational, and maybe it is all of those things, but it wasn't to me, and it's not to me, and it was like the best 70 whatever dollars I've ever spent altogether. So that's what happened this week in terms of pregnancy. I'm feeling much more confident. I still have this lingering anxiety. I'm not sure what that's about. I think it just might be kind of still waiting for things to grow and waiting for things to happen, but I'm feeling a lot more reassured. So there's that. Wow, I've gone on forever. So I'm gonna answer the questions now. So last week I shared that I thought it'd be fun to answer 2 or 3 questions every video. If you wanna leave a question for next time in the comments below. There were a lot of questions I wanted to answer, but I had to just pick a couple because otherwise this video would be like an hour long. I picked a few to talk about. So I was asked if I would, so here they are, right. I was asked if I'm going to continue to vlog after the baby is born. This is something I'm not fully prepared to answer, I think, until she is here, but I'm gonna share with you my feelings at this moment. I think that everybody's different, every parent is different when it comes to how much they want to share about their child on the internet. Of course, I'm going to introduce her to you guys. Of course, you're going to hear about her a lot because she's going to be a big part of my life and a big part of my daily experience, and that is what I share. But I don't think she's going to be like the center of all topics and all content, and I don't want her to be. I want you guys to be able to meet her and be able to get to know her when she's just a baby, but especially as she gets older. I just think I'm uncomfortable sharing like a lot about my child, and I just think, again, it's a personal preference. I totally love watching other people who share a lot about their children, but for me personally, like, it's kind of be the amount that I share about my nieces right now. Like when I'm with them, I show you just little clips of them. I don't show you like whole videos of them, right? It's just little bits and pieces. And that's kind of to protect them, and also, just, I don't know, for peace of mind. And when they're older, like Emma and Jaden, my older nieces, I always ask them if they want to be in the videos. And with my younger one, Grace, every time I ask her mother. So I'm very aware of everybody has a different feeling about it. And I'm just trying to be very careful about how much I share and what I'm sharing. Because, when they're that little, they really can't say whether or not they're okay with it. So I think for me, it's going to be a very careful balance and a very fine line. So it'll be something that I'm going to have to see how it unfolds, and Don feels the same way. I mean, he's really kind of always been like on the same page with me about that sort of thing. So, oh my goodness, this video is going to be forever long. So that's kind of the answer to that question. I hope that helps somewhat, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from with that. And then the second question, will you show how you put the nursery together? Yes, I actually am very fortunate to get to put together 2 nurseries, because I'm going to put together one at our, the house in Utah, the family house in Utah, and I will be doing that this next month. So I will be sharing that much sooner than than our at-home nursery. But I'm going to be doing in-depth looks from start to finish on both, and I will definitely include you guys in that progress for sure. And then lastly, today I'm going to answer about what prenatal vitamins and supplements I'm taking. So I have 4, and I've been taking most of these for long before I was pregnant. So I take the Rainbow Light Prenatal 1 food-based multivitamin. Again, this was something suggested to be by my health practitioners. Your healthcare team or whoever you see might have specific recommendations for you. This one works for me. And I take all of these at night before bed. And then I also take additional vitamin D every day because I'm lower on that naturally, and you want healthy levels of vitamin D. They've actually been doing a lot of research lately that links low vitamin D levels to autism. So I'm just very aware about that, and I have my vitamin D tested regularly, especially when I was like in my preconception. That was a concern that we were working on. So I take 2,000 IU, whatever, units of that additional daily. And then I also take the Rainbow Light Prenatal DHA Smart Essentials Ultra Pure Fish Oil. And DHA, again, it's just important. I mean, I've been taking fish oil or a flaxseed oil capsule for like a decade. It's just an important part of my diet, especially since I'm not huge on fish. If you don't eat like a fish heavy diet, it's good for lots of health reasons, and you can kind of look those up if you'd like. I don't want to make this video any longer than it is. And then lastly, I take probiotics. Again, something I've been taking for years. This specific one recommended to me by my health practitioners. This is the Nature's Way Prima Optima. I get this at Whole Foods. In fact, I believe you can get all of these at Whole Foods, except for this one I have to order online because I've never seen it at my Whole Foods. But those are the vitamins and supplements I take every day. And like I said, I've been taking all of those for years now. So, that was always recommended to me specifically. I really strongly suggest going to your healthcare provider for advice and guidance on that, because everybody's body is different and you might want to do some additional testing if you're worried about things or whatever. It's always worth it in my experience and in my opinion to learn as much as you can about yourself and try to support yourself in as healthy a way as possible. And that includes, you know, getting your healthcare people like involved. So those were the answers to the questions. Now for the things. I actually haven't bought anything for the baby this week, but we did receive a few really sweet things that I wanted to share. I got this book from Danielle Jones. She wrote this book and I believe she illustrated it as well. Yeah, because I mean, it's just the cutest thing and it's a really cute story. And I will link to her below if you guys want to check it out, but give her some support. Really sweet story. So thank you, Danielle, for Davy the Day Bat. I should have said the title at the beginning. It's so cute. You guys know I love children's books. I haven't purged any of my children's books. I have a great collection already started for our child's library, so that's exciting. And then, oh, I'm gonna have to, Winnie's sleeping and I don't wanna bother her, but I'm gonna have to zoom in on Winnie to show you that, I know I'm gonna end up pronouncing her name wrong. It's spelled like Tamara or Tamara, but with a D. So it's either Damara or Damara. I think it's Damara. I'm gonna go with Damara. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, by the way. Anyway, this is a lady that owns and runs Beauty by Paris that makes custom dog bows. She sent a sweet little big sister dog bow for Winnie, and it is just the cutest thing. So thank you so much. That was really sweet. We love her bows. She makes great bows. She's on Etsy. Again, links to all of these places below if there's a place to link to. And then we got a gift from Tara from Oklahoma, and this is from something unbearably cute from Cinnamon Bears, which is a baby boutique in Oklahoma. And she actually sent it like fully gift wrapped, and I left it, I mean, I've actually already opened it, but I left it wrapped because I wanted you guys to see just like how precious is that with the gray and the pink paper and the little tool. I just thought that was so precious. But this is really sweet. Let me take it out of the crinkly bag. It's a Aiden and Anae muslin. I don't know if this is a swaddling blanket or a stroller blanket because I don't really know what the difference in size is, but it is like really big and it's got cute little bees on it. And I actually did look up that is how you properly pronounce that brand name. Like, who knew? It's actually Aiden and Anae, even though it looks like Aiden and Anais. It's pronounced Aiden and Anae, and it's on their Facebook page. You can look it up too if you don't believe me. But this is like, I mean, this is just big. So I actually haven't opened up that other swaddling blanket I have, so I don't know if this like is a standard swaddling blanket size or not. You guys will have to, I mean, I don't know anything about this stuff yet. I'm sure I will know very soon. But I just think it's so sweet. Thank you so much, Tara. And I did send Tara and Danielle and Damara, I hope that's her name, thank you notes. And then I also got a couple of really cute cards. This lady has a really nice handwriting, by the way. So I got this sweet card with a lovely accompanying note from Lauren. It's really, really cute. And then this card from Adriana, and I hope she doesn't mind me showing her dog, because this is Dallas, and how cute is Dallas? Like, super cute. So thank you guys for these beautiful notes and cards. I appreciate it. And while I'm on the subject of mail, I did get a lot of questions about my mailing address and if people could send me things and where they could send them to. I have always posted my mailing address. It's like on the general information page of my YouTube channel, and it's also in the FAQ section of my blog, prettyneatliving.com. I don't include it in the description boxes anymore because honestly, a few years ago, I was getting a ton of mail, which is great, but I just got really overwhelmed by it and I couldn't keep up with it, and I really wanted to reply to everybody, and that just wasn't realistic, and it just totally overwhelmed me, so I pulled it out of the description boxes, but it's still accessible information for you. I've gotten a lot of requests to share it here because, you know, you guys want to send notes or cards or whatever, and I love that. Thank you so much. I just don't want you to feel like you have to send me stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love these gifts and they mean a lot to me, and I am so grateful for them, but I don't want you to ever feel like you have to send me something. And that's not my point in sharing on camera either. I'm just kind of sharing the baby stuff with you for fun. So I hope you understand. I mean, I will put the address in the description box this week. If you guys want to send me cards, I'd love to hear from you, but please, please, like, don't feel like obligated to send me anything. I mean, it's sweet if you really want to. I understand the desire to send somebody something, but and I am, like I said, like, just blown away by your kindness and stuff, whether it's a note or a card or a gift, whatever it is. But I just feel kind of like funny about it. Like, I don't want you to feel like that's why I'm posting the address, because I want things from you. I want you to spend your money on you and your loved ones more than I want you to spend any money on me. So yeah, that's my little disclaimer there. But also, please know that I cannot reply to everybody. I do try to write back, especially when somebody sent me a gift or something they've made, or you know, sent me whatever questions or whatever, but I can't reply to everybody, but I do read all of your notes and cards, and I do enjoy them. They mean something to me. I save them all. So thank you if you have sent me something in the past, and I apologize if I haven't been able to get back to you in the past. It's not that I haven't appreciated your effort, it's just that I haven't been able to accommodate replying to that many people. Anyway, so that's what I have to share today. This ended up being just as long, if not longer, than last week, but like I said, hopefully they'll be a little shorter from time to time. But if you're into this kind of thing, I mean, I know I don't mind watching a 30-minute long pregnancy vlog, but you know, it depends what you're into. But check out my blog if you'd like to see photos, the ultrasound photos and my bump updates, and yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys real soon. Thank you so much for watching, and again, thank you for your love and support. It means the world to me. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye, you guys. Take care.